Good morning. Getting ready to strap on a new pair of boots, break it in. Tell you how I ended up with those. I bought those, but it wasn't what I was looking for, and I've never tried that brand before. We'll see how it goes. But I have had a few questions of people of what I eat, what I drink, and how I fuel on long hikes like the ones that I normally do. And so I'm going to show you right here. This is all I take right here. Usually 4 bars. Each one is 200 calories. And then I usually like to have 1 or 2 or 3 of these just flavor packets of something for water, just because it makes it more enticing for me to stop and get something to drink. This is what I've been using for about a year. These are 200 calories each. So on like a 30-mile hike, I will probably burn 2,500 to 3,000 calories, and I'm only going to take in about 1,000 during the day, or at least during the hike. I don't know about you, but I have a hard time making myself stop, so I don't usually stop. I have to have something that I can eat as I go. Otherwise, I just don't eat, and then I don't feel as good at the end of it. So I do try to take in some calories throughout the day. I'm lucky from years of running and doing longer races and stuff like that. My body switches to fat burn when I run out of glycogen stores and carbs. I can switch to burning fat pretty easy, and I don't get blood sugar crashes or anything like that. This may not work for most people. In fact, it probably wouldn't work for most people. Most of you should probably be eating the number of calories that you're burning, or not exactly, but because you probably want to. Most people would like to burn some fat, but you probably should take in 1,000 to 1,500 for a big hike like that. Breakfast on a day like this, where I plan on going hard. I love these Kodiak cakes. They're high in protein. You throw an egg in there, and you'll get like 25 grams of protein in the pancakes and then the egg. And then I also throw in a scoop of chia seeds, like 1/8 of a cup of chia seeds. I have chia seeds every morning, whether I'm having oatmeal or pancakes. And then I will also, if I'm going on a day like this, where this will be my exercise for the day, that's the protein that I like, and that goes in the pancakes. Sweetens them a little bit, make some chocolate, and that's how I fuel. Now I'm planning on going out and hitting it hard today. I've agonized all week over where I should go, and I think I've decided where I'm going, and not only where I'm going, but how I'm going to go into the area, and it should be good. We'll go see. Kind of slow going. Getting in here. Got a chest cold, and going straight up is fun. But we are going to go up that. I'm about 2/3 of the way up now. So I went into this area last year and had a good day. And I was looking at Google Earth, and there's another route that I could have taken that looks really nice as well. So that's the initial plan. A lot of times what you plan on doing isn't what you end up doing, but there's just all kinds of elk sign in here, old and new. I mean, there was elk in here. Some of the beds had mud in them from pee this morning, so there was bulls in here. So they've been in here. So with a little bit of luck, we might find something going up into here. All right, follow along. Let's go see if we find something. I don't know. I just got a feeling today might be the day. Today's the day to find something big. That's the goal today. I want us to find something big. That's where I'm headed. But I ain't coming back down that, I hope. Famous last words. All right, I have good news and bad news. I just glassed up what looks like a really nice elk shed. The bad news, it's right back down where I just came from, and it is clear down on that ridge right there. And now that's like, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but that's probably easily 150, if not 200 feet to that first bench down there below me. So that antler is going to be 300 or 400 feet below me, and I'm not going down there and coming back up right now. So I will try to set, a waypoint right here so that I can go back down, and as I'm coming back down, hit the right ridge and come up to it. I can see most of it. I don't think I could even zoom on it and get you a view of it. Maybe I'll try here. But it looks like a really good antler. And I knew on these ridges right here there was so much sign there just had to be some antlers in here. I think it's a hard white, just guessing from a long ways away. But we're on the board, and the good news is it's actually fairly close to the truck, within maybe 500 yards of the truck. So once I do get it, I don't have to pack it very far. Let me see if I can show you where it's at. All right, I actually can see it with my eyes now. It's right dead center of the screen. See the little lone, not little bit, a pretty good sized pine kind of by itself. It's in the dead center of the screen right now. Just to the right of it, let's see if I can't get to focus. Anyway, dead center of the screen, there's our antler. Unfortunately, it'll be end of the day before I get to go look at it. I'm gonna glass a little bit more here. I'll bet there's more down there. Look at this. Still wet, you can smell them. Lightning struck tree here. Another bed right here. Look at all that hair. They're starting to shed a little of their winter coat. I was gonna say earlier on the way up here that there wasn't much chance of me getting into a lot of browns up here, because I know there was knee-deep snow up here just a couple weeks ago, but who knows? We'll see. They're up here now, and there's still bulls packing. All right, so I gotta show you this flat here that I'm walking. It's super thick, so I'm literally just zigzagging. This top's only about 50 to 100 yards wide, but I'm just crisscrossing. Tons of sign in here. And I looked up here in front of me. I don't know. Let me see if I can. Right there, I saw a flash of white that I knew couldn't be anything but an antler. Let's go see what it is. Let's get around this tree. Doesn't look like anything big, but let's get around this tree so I can show you. There we go, a little chalker one. There's the first one I'm gonna go on the pack for the day. And that's been here a while. That's a good sign. That's a good sign, because there's lots of sign in here. And if they're in here every year, that's good. So old. That's not what I was expecting when I saw it, but this tree has fallen on it since it landed on the ground, or it got trampled underneath there somehow. All right, we'll just keep going. I mean, you can see how thick this stuff is. I'm just gonna grit it, the whole top of this thing. See what else we can come into. Just got a feeling that something big is waiting. All right, so these boots, they are the Cabela's Mendel's Perfect, that's what they're called. I was looking for some boots to replace my Danner 453 GTXs. Like I said, I recommend that boot highly, but I wanted this time to get some boots that have no mesh on them, because I end up getting sand in my boots, and then the sand gets underneath the liner, and then I end up with blisters. So picked out a pair of Danners that I liked, and they didn't have any in my size. Picked out a pair of Merrells that I liked, and they didn't have any in my size. And I picked out these, and they didn't have any in my size, but this 10.5 actually felt like it fit pretty good. So I bought them. It was more than I wanted to spend on boots, but I'm maybe, I don't know, 3 miles into this hike and I'm already getting blisters. I kind of anticipated that. It seems like the more you spend on boots, the more they think you should have to break them in before they're comfortable and won't give you blisters. So luckily, I bought a pair of light shoes so that I could maybe swap in and out of them today as I'm going around and not have to get sidelined by some blisters. Not necessarily a bad thing. We'll see how these hold up. But so far, 3 miles in, I'm already getting blisters on my heels, and I'm not prone to blisters on my heels. So we'll see. I just backed up just a little bit to kind of show you something here. And hang on, dust. So I came right, I just recognized this right below me right here. I found a nice 6-point shed last year. And then when I come up here, I found another one. I wasn't sure if they were set because it was right and the left. I literally found the other one like laying right here. I looked around so I couldn't find them because I didn't really think they were the same bull. And just barely, I just was, I don't know, what, 20 feet further to the left. And I look over here and I bet that what I have here is one of the two matches. Look at that. Yeah, almost certainly that's one of the two. Dang it. Look at that second. That thing's been there so long. The other one I remember being chalky too, but look at the fronts on him. That's the antler I missed. It was just laying right here over this little hill. That bull had come down and gone right down there. That means the other one's got to be in here too. Can't find them all. Just keep looking here. Alright, right there in the center again. I don't know if you can see it. There's another one I just glassed up. I'm going to have to get on that ridge line right there. I'm going to have to circle around this bowl below me to get to it. But I want to hunt this stuff that's behind me, so I'm going to leave my pack here. And then I'll kind of head down in there, I guess. I knew if I looked down there, I'd find a shed and I'd have to go off of this. I got to find a way down. Oh well, that's why we're here. Well, I've spent at least an hour trying to find that antler that I glassed from the top. No luck. As soon as I got down, had to loop so far back and then come back, and I thought I'd identified what ridge it was on, but once I got even with the ridges from the side I was glassing from, it looked like there was 2 ridges looking at it from this way, but actually there was like 5 of them, and I just couldn't turn it up. Didn't look like a huge one, looked like a decent one, but I've started heading out and I got a back up here. So I'm headed on this side. I glassed up what I thought was an antler and I marked it so I could come back to it, but I wasn't. It looks to me like a base of a broken antler because the colors almost certainly looked like it had to be an antler. So I'm headed for that, but this one looks like a nice one. And it was just, man, the sun's kind of hitting it now, but a second ago it was not very obvious. Let me show you. Can you see it right down there? It is right in the center, but it's fairly hidden. I'm just following this game trail in this really rough stuff, thinking, man, if they're in here, they're going to be knocking antlers off in this terrain. Look at that. Missing his first. Let me see. So old. All right, let me take a picture. Yeah, that first is busted. Get it out here, we can look at it.
Stuff is steep. It's hard to even maneuver around on it. Missing first. Just a decent bull.